Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Core Java tutorials. Okay, so in continuation with my previous video, this is regarding constructor overloading. We'll see what is the purpose of constructor overloading. Before understanding what is overloading, we'll just see the definition of overloading. Defining two or more methods within the same class that share the same name as long as their parameter declarations are different. Okay, so this concept is called as a method overloading. Okay, so method overloading says that you can have more than two methods with the same name. Okay, say I'm having a method which is average. Okay, I can also have another method called average in the same class, but provided, okay, so as long as their parameter declarations are different. So the parameters should be different. Like this is having no parameters, but this is having a parameter. Say there is a difference between the parameters declarations. Then this is valid. Okay. So such kind of concept is called as method overloading. You can apply the same concept to your constructor. So you can have more than one constructor inside the same class with the different arguments list. Okay. So with different parameter declarations. That concept is called as constructor overloading. Let us look at this particular concept with the program. Okay, just consider this program, friends. Okay, so in this program, we are having a box class with 3 instance variables and 1 constructor, wherein the constructor is having 3 arguments in it. And inside the main method, I have called for the, user defined constructor, which is box. Okay, so the default constructor. Now tell me whether this program will work. No, this program will not work once we have defined the constructor in the class. So once we define the constructor in the class, the compiler will not add the default system defined constructor in the class, and your compiler will be looking for this kind of syntax constructor inside the program. So there is no constructor which is having no args constructor inside your class. So this program will fail. So sometimes you want different constructors. Say in this particular example, maybe I want a constructor which will be just called without being initializing the dimensions with my values. So I just want a no args constructor. And the second case is maybe I want a constructor which will just take one value in it and assign the same value to all the width, height and depth, wherein the box is nothing but a cube. So there are situations wherein you want more than one constructor inside the program to handle multiple situations. And luckily you have a concept in Java which is called as overloading, and you can also overload the constructor of the class. And this is very normal in the real world applications that we write. So it is very normal to have a overloaded constructor inside the program. So we'll just see that version of the program now. Okay friends, take a look at this particular program wherein in the box class I have declared 3 constructors. Okay, so the first constructor is having 3 arguments, and the second constructor is no args, and the third constructor is having only 1 parameter. So this is very common in any Java class. Okay, so you can have overloading of the constructors. What happens when a particular constructor call is made? For example, if you see here, so there is a box constructor, and the compiler will be easily able to distinguish, because when you overload the constructors, we are having a different parameter list. So obviously it will be very easy for the compiler to distinguish. So this box is having no parameters. Okay. And here among these 3 constructors, this box is also not having arguments. So it will count the arguments. The parameter list will be considered. So what it will do is, so it will make a call to this particular constructor. Now coming to the next case. Okay, so in the next case, what happened is we are calling the constructor which is having 3 arguments in it. Okay, and the type of the arguments is also important, but as of now just remember that it is just making a call based on the parameters list. So there are 3 arguments over here. Now among these 3 constructors, this constructor is having 3 arguments over here. So the parameters inside the constructor and the parameters and the values and the count of arguments that you pass inside your constructor should match. Okay, so here this constructor is also having 3 elements in it. So this constructor will be called for this. Let us consider this case. In this case, there is only one argument. The argument is 3.5. Okay, so there is only one argument over here. And if you just see the constructor over here, this is having only one parameter. So your compiler will make a match of the number of arguments in the call and the number of parameters in the constructor. So when they match, this constructor is called. Okay, so it is very easy for the compiler to actually decide which constructor is called based on the parameters list. So this is called as constructor overloading, and constructor overloading is very helpful to you because you can have different objects of different types with different values, and you can make different kinds of initializations by using the constructors.